Good morning. This is Wendy Henley with the Bedford Area Chamber Vibes podcast. And this morning, it's exciting to have Melissa Metter and Megan Pittman with the Bedford Regional Water Authority on today to talk to us about what they do, why they do it, and how important it is to our community. Welcome, Melissa and Megan.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you,
excited
Wendy.
to be here.
I want to give a little bit of background for you guys. And so Megan Pittman, you are the Director of Administration for the Bedford Regional Water Authority. We affectionately call BRWA. And you've been there for 10 years, and you're helping to make BRWA a public name in our community, leading education efforts and programs to help people understand the importance of water authority. Mm-hmm. And so you started with the Bedford County Public Service Authority and then moved on. And then, of course, the organization merged with the town's water and wastewater system. And you're passionate about creating a workplace where people can thrive, feel valued, and enjoy coming to work every day. How important is that?
It is. I mean, we spend more time at work than at home, like we all know. So you have to enjoy what you do.
You really do. And that's what makes a difference. And I know that you're making a difference there and in your entire community. And so you graduated from help me with this pronunciation.
It's a small Midwestern college called Principia College.
Principia. Mm-hmm. I had not heard of that.
Yeah.
With a degree in mass communications, and you dedicated your career to working in community organizations. And before that, you worked at Amazement Square. Ah, that's where I know your face.
Yeah.
Amazement Square. Okay. And then, as the marketing and special events coordinator. And you did events like Amazing Mile Children's Run and 10 Miler. So welcome. Awesome. And you like to spend time with your husband. That's good. Going on scuba diving adventures. How wonderful. Mm-hmm. And taking your Great Dane and on Greyhound long walks. Oh, that's awesome.
We love our big dogs.
That's great. Well, and then we've got Melissa, who I know very well. Melissa Metter, she's the HR manager for the Bedford Regional Water Authority. And with over 25 years of experience in human resources, healthcare, and social services. And Melissa was, a fun fact, she was in our leadership program last year. That's where I really got to know you. Mm-hmm. And you've been acknowledged throughout your career in a variety of awards and achievements. Over the past 10 years, you've worked with executive teams throughout the corporate and small organizations to grow employee engagement and retention among the staff. And then, of course, you continue to serve on local boards in the community. And she's actively serves on the Roanoke Valley Society of Human Resources as Diversity and Inclusion Chair. And you oversee training initiatives, safety, and HR at BRWA. And of course, you have a powerful force at BRWA to encourage innovative and creativity. So our core value is providing quality service to everyone. And that's exciting. You see it every day. Staff is important. It's essential. And you want everybody to have a good working culture. And I know you guys are both working together to create that. And so this is exciting. People need to know about what you do and how important it is. And that's why we're having you on the show today. So I want people to get to know a little bit more about you. That's about some history from you guys. But what is one fun fact, Megan, we'll start with Megan, that people don't know about you?
Well, I think a fun fact about me is that I became a vegetarian at the age of 8, and I was highly influenced by the movie Babe. I saw that movie. I really loved pigs. Ham was my favorite meal, though, and it's the first thing I gave up. So I watched Babe, and I told my parents at the very young age of 8 that I'm done eating meat, and I haven't
and you
eaten
stuck
meat
with
since.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's great. I don't think I could do it, but I applaud you at age 8 to do that.
Because of Babe, very pivotal point in my life.
Okay, that is a fun fact. All right, and so Melissa, one fun fact about you that people may not know.
Probably the fact that I have actually drag raced, and that's actually how I met my husband was through drag racing.
Oh, how wonderful.
So I'm a muscle car fiend and love it, and appreciate the values of seeing old cars and even race cars fixed up and what all goes into it. Just a great sport, and on the other side of that, football as well.
Okay. Now I have to ask, how fast have you gone?
Probably about 130, 135.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's pretty
That is
fast.
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 Pretty fast.
I
And I
cannot
actually won.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Did you get a trophy?
No, I did get a trophy, but I got to go to the next round.
Well,
Well, she
that
got her
is
husband. Her
awesome.
husband's the trophy
That's
she
it.
got
There
in
you
drag
go.
racing.
That's right.
There you go. At least one of you. No, that's exciting though. Much fun. I love it. Well,
It's
wonderful
adrenaline.
fun facts. It is. It is. Yeah, she's an adrenaline seeker.
Hmm.
I love it. So tell us, Megan, we'll start with you. What is the Bedford Regional Water Authority and what does it do for our community?
Yeah, well, simply put, the Bedford Regional Water Authority, or BRWA, is the public water and sewer provider for all of the town of Bedford and the county. So we have a really big area that we cover. Um, and like you mentioned earlier, our core value is providing quality service to everyone. And that's something that we take really seriously. And that is in every level that we do of providing that water and sewer service, but in everything that we do in the community, whether it's seeing someone with a flat tire on the side of the road and having our maintenance team say, hey, we can help out someone real quick and put a tire, or we've even helped in emergency situations in the community when we've been there because we're such a large force. We're 83 people, I think we're at now, and we're everywhere in the community. So that's kind of my two-part answer, is that we provide water and sewer to the community, which is essential, and we take that very seriously. But we also are a strong force of what can we use our collective numbers to help the community with. And it's kind of a double-edged sword too, because water is something I think we all take for granted. And part of what we want to do is educate people of what all that we do, what all they can be a part of to help conserve this amazing resource that we have so much of here in our area. But we also don't want people to think about us at all in some sense, because then we're doing our job. If you can turn on your water to make your coffee that morning, have a shower, do your laundry, give your kids a bath, then we're doing our job and you never have to think about where your water is coming from. So we like that, but we also try and do things where we can educate you and say, hey, this is what you can do with water in the community and how important it is and how you can help support us in that as well. So we want you to think about us in some ways and not in other ways.
Right. It is so important. Water is a huge resource. And, there's so many things that you mentioned just now, that what does water do, the things that we normally, take in showers and, when you need it, it's there. But what is something that, our listeners may not know or be aware of that you supply, or
Well, I
some
think
areas that you supply?
Yeah, well, I think one area that people don't think about in water is after you flush your toilet, after water goes down the drain, where does that go? And it goes to our wastewater plant, but after that, what happens to it? And that's something that we care about so much, and that you really, when you start talking, especially to our operators, they are just so gung-ho about the environment, and they love every single fish and frog that comes across their plant, every animal. And there's so much that goes into the treating of the water that you can drink, and then that has to go back to the environment, because after the water is treated in our wastewater plant, it is discharged into streams or into certain drainage fields or things like that. And so we have these really strict requirements that we have, because we have to make sure that we're giving water that is very healthy for the environment. And I think it's so fascinating because the wastewater that we then discharge into streams is better quality than is currently in the stream. So we're really helping the environment in that way. So that's one of the things I feel like people don't really think about or know, is what happens with the water after it's gone from our house, and we have to treat it and give it back to the environment. And we do a really wonderful job 24/7. We have a wastewater plant in town that works 24/7. We have people eyes on our system all the time, and we're just so grateful to have such great staff, and we're working around the clock no matter what. Water doesn't stop, and
That's
neither do
right.
we.
Yes, 24/7. And so, I love it. There's so many things that you guys are doing and to make a difference. Tell us a little bit. Let's go into the culture, the company culture. And I guess this would be a Melissa question. What kind of work environment, do you strive to maintain? And what do you and your employees enjoy the most, do you think, about your organization? Like, what kind of culture are you creating?
We have a very innovation culture of creativity and flexibility. We provide training continuously to keep that engagement because, we have a lot of tenured staff at the BRWA. And I would say that it's fully because of the innovation and creativity that they are allowed to bring to the table to continue us moving forward as we go along as an organization. So, I think that's something that's very important. People want to feel valued and they want to be engaged and they ultimately do care about what they're doing. And I see that every day as I walk in the BRWA. As Megan mentioned, our operators take their roles very seriously. I know I was amazed joining the organization in 2019, going around and seeing how that our wastewater treatment plant filtered the water to be able to put it back into our environment. And it was just amazing that there's so much care and value that goes into every role that's in that organization.
Yeah, because every single person is important and making sure that every aspect of it is taken care of. And creating that culture is very valuable. So how does BRWA interact with the community? Do you have any local programs or partnerships that you feel are important that you'd like to mention, let people know to make sure they're aware that your involvement is there and making a difference?
Yeah, we definitely have quite a few programs that we offer. One of them is school programs. So this is to any teachers out there. If you're looking for help in your classroom, we want to come and give it to you. We have free programs that align with our SOLs because it's amazing what kids retain. And so many times we hear stories of kids who learn something from one of our programs in the school, and then somehow it trickles down and we hear about it again. And some of it's from their kids, or our employees' kids who are in the classroom, and then they come home, or someone tells someone else, and they then are the advocates in the home and say, Mom, Dad, we need to do this. We need to conserve water. Or did you know this fun fact about water? So that's something that COVID's made a little bit more challenging, but as the classrooms are opening up for outreach programs, we have that. And another program that we just started earlier this year that we're really excited about too is our hydration station grant program. And basically, we are just trying to help you get more water in your life that is free and accessible. And this is a grant program for any government, nonprofit, community organization who needs a water station, a water fountain, or a water bottle filling station. And we're here to say, hey, if you'll install this, we'll partner with you. We'll help give you the money so we can get this water to the community, and hopefully it can serve a lot of people. So if you're interested in that, we still haven't given away a first grant yet. So we're excited to get that program started. And we're also gearing up for our Grease Take Back program. We really center around that in the fall, especially around the holidays, Thanksgiving, because grease is something that gets into our lines and clogs our pipes more than people know. So we really try and educate people of what can and cannot go down the drains. And our Grease Take Back, we give these grease kits that people can come pick up from various locations around the community. They can come to our office, and it's basically a bucket and a couple other fun tools, and say, hey, when you're frying your turkey this Thanksgiving, don't put that down the drain. Don't pour that in the yard. Pour it in this bucket. Or after your mac and cheese, and you have all that good cheesy goodness, pour it in here. And you can either just take that and put it in your trash can, or we'll actually take it and we recycle it, and it goes back into the environment and helps. I think we put it towards local farmers, and they can feed their livestock that way. And
Now,
or it
I have
gets
to ask,
recycled another way.
how big is this bucket?
Well, you
Just,
may need a
for a
couple for the
friend.
turkey.
I'm asking for a friend.
But it is about 8 8 inches.
I'd say 8 to 10 inches
Yeah, in
wide and
diameter.
about five
Okay.
inches.
So if
Do
you
you-
have an air fryer, or not an air fryer, but turkey fryer, it's not going to fit all that, but all the rest of your drippings and things, it can definitely
We
fit
may
those.
give you a couple extra buckets.
Say, do you need, how big is your turkey? And that will be indicative of what size bucket do you need.
Yes.
Well, that's a great program. And then, of course, I know you've had partnerships with the Animal Shelter, Bedford Christian Ministries as well.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, that is all staff driven, and that's one of the most rewarding things working where we do, because one thing that our staff continually shows us is that they care about the community. And I think that's why they work here, because not only is their whole job serving the community and what they do, but that it doesn't stop there. We get so many people saying, hey, can we support this organization? Or I have a cause that's really close to my heart. Can we do a donation internally, or a fundraiser internally? And it's become so prevalent in our organization. We do small things as they come up throughout the year, but we also have a couple events that we do each year. And speaking of culture, that's a big part of our culture. We have 3 employee events that we stop all work and we get together as a staff when we can, and just have fun and enjoy each other and do something that, your brain doesn't have to work as hard on. And with each of those events, we've tied a giving element to it as well. So we just finished our fall food drive with the Bedford Christian Ministries, and we actually turned it into a contest. So we're very competitive in nature, but for a good reason on this one. And we were able to collect thousands of items to donate to Bedford Christian Ministries because our teams wanted to give it, and whichever team won got a pizza party. And so there was some incentive, but it was great because it just really put that fire under us to see how much we could donate to the community. And coming up in the winter with our winter luncheon, we always, or for the past few years now, we've partnered with the Department of Social Services, and we get a few lists of foster children who need presents for Christmas. So we get all the presents and we wrap them and send them to the kids. And those are just a couple of the programs we get really excited about to help out with.
Now, who brings those ideas to the table?
Anyone. I mean, I just randomly get emails or phone calls throughout the day from an operator, maintenance worker, customer service. They just say, hey, I have this idea. Can we do this? And most of the time we say yes. I mean, even if it's been, show of support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we wear ribbons, and, we honor people who have fought that battle that are in our organization. So it just, anyone can have a suggestion, and let's run with it if we can.
It does create wonderful culture of giving back, and everyone feels a part of that team, and everyone's making a difference. So that is inspiring. And I think everyone that's listening to this right now can say, hey, if they don't have this within their company culture, it's never too late. How can we do this?
Yeah, listen to what people are saying, because they have great ideas.
And we've even implemented like volunteer program for helping out. If our staff goes to an event and then they're helping out as a volunteer, we have an initiative that they can get some, value back from the company in doing that, because ultimately we do care about our community overall, and that engagement is very important to us.
Yes, and you are making a difference. So what are some simple steps, as we're talking about people giving back, giving back to their environment? What are some simple steps that people can do to keep the environment and keep water clean?
Well, it goes back to the Grease Take Back program for me. It's do not put anything down. And we're going to get real simple here. So get ready. This is a PG.
Go for it, Megan.
It's the 3 P's. That's what goes down your pipes.
There you go.
Pee, poo, and paper. And we keep it as simple as that. Now that shows
but then there's a G, grease, so that's
That's right.
Cut that out. We have a program called our Frog program, and it's for fats, rags, oils, and grease. And those are the things that do not go down there, and especially those wipes. This is the number one thing, if people can remember not to do to help your environment, help your bills, is those wipes that say flushable, look on the back. They say do not flush in very, very small print, because they do not degrade. They just get stuck in pipes. If you have any pipes that have a little bit of oil, all of a sudden you get all these wipes and you have a huge backup. They have these things called fatbergs that are the size of buses in some major cities, and they can cause so many problems. So remember the 3 Ps. Don't put anything down your pipes other than that, and we'll have less water breaks. You'll have less personal water line issues in your house. So it's kind of funny when you put it to the 3 Ps, but it's really that important. It's a major issue that we have here, and that's a worldwide issue. Any place with pipes, public water, it's a major issue that we're really trying to combat.
Yes, I can see that. And then, of course, conserving water is a simple thing too.
Yes.
And that's
drinking
something
tap
everybody
water.
can do. Right.
Stop buying bottled waters. Use your reusable bottle. If you don't have one, come to us. We'll give you one. Drink tap water. It's cheaper.
Okay,
for
you heard it right
better.
here. They have water bottles they're giving away.
We do.
Yes.
We brought one to you today. We have
right.
more.
That's
here.
right.
Excited. I got a water bottle. This is so great. Well, yes, simple steps that everybody can implement to make a difference in their world, in our environment, and in our community directly. So, and we're going to switch gears a minute and talk about, speaking of leadership, because you guys are a leader company. Melissa attended our Leadership Bedford program with the chamber last year, and she graduated. And, what a great idea that was started 24 years ago, going into our 25th year this coming year. And Melissa, I wanted to ask you, what do you feel was the most beneficial to you for your growth from this experience?
Well, being a resident here for now 30 years and I had worked outside of the Bedford community for quite some time and coming back, it helped me to get acclimated back to the Bedford community. I met so many great people in our group that was able to partner together, get to know each other. And, we all are in different organizations, but we experience a lot of the same things. So I think just having those partnerships, friendships, mentorships meant a lot. Monique Minnick and Minnick Enterprises does an excellent job with training the John Maxwell theory. Personally, becoming a catalyst for change and inspiration to others and engagement to continue ongoing transformation of others is something that I really strive to do and care about. That's my vision, and really take it seriously in my role. So I can't say enough about, one, getting to know you, Wendy, in the chamber here, but bringing that to our Bedford community, I think was an awesome opportunity, something that necessarily wasn't here before. So certainly appreciate being part of that group and having the opportunity that BRWA valued for us to engage with that. It certainly is a great training leadership program for anyone. Leadership is continuing to learn and grow. And I don't think you're ever too old not to stop continuing to learn and grow, for sure. And, it brought that training into our organization as well to teach our supervisors and help engage and grow them, as well as bringing Monique in with the John Maxwell, who is a, mastermind of leadership concepts, bringing that to our organization.
Well, we enjoyed having you, and I'm excited that you're going to be a mentor for the next group. And so, just let you know, voluntold there.
Yep.
But we've got lots of programs and services, and my favorite thing was the community project and working together with everyone and finding out what are the services, and it was health related too. What do we offer here in Bedford, and how can we help others? And that, to me, was very, very informative and exciting. And everybody just kind of dived in and really learned so much, I think, with that. And I give that credit to Monique and to lots of the programs that we have here that were able to come in and just really teach on what we offer here in Bedford. So thank you for all that you did with that. And we know, speaking of emergencies, when we first started the leadership program, we had an emergency the first session. And so we were able to put that into action immediately. But speaking of emergencies, BRWA has been instrumental in things that I don't think people really realize where you are making a difference. And can you speak to, say the school fire that we had here in Bedford, how you guys were able to make a difference there and supply what was needed?
Yeah, thankfully, technology has come a long way in our treatment of water and sewer, and we have a SCADA system that lets us track all the usage that's happening. We can see our tank levels. If there's a drop in water, we are immediately told, okay, there's something wrong here. And for instance, with the school fire, we were alerted very early that morning when it happened that there's a fire. And as soon as we were notified of that, we were able to get staff to get on the ground, to get to our plants a little early to make sure the water production was enough. And we were also able to monitor that remotely too, because it was early in the morning. We were able to see, okay, as soon as we know this is where our water level is, and this is where we need to go to make sure we can have this extra volume. So we're able to start one of our plants in town earlier. We're able to kind of divert water in different areas to make sure that the town had enough to do to fight the fire, have enough, never have it be weak pressure or not enough water. And our team was amazing on that and just mobilizing so quickly, and it's still allowing all of our customers to have access to their hot showers that morning and not really have a lapse in service to anyone. But it really was just amazing to see the whole community come together and know that we were able to provide that essential service in the blink of an eye that they needed. And our staff was just incredible to jump on it and make sure that it could happen.
Yes. And like you said, no breaks in the service. And certainly everybody rallied together. We have such a strong community. But that's something that I think people don't think about, water at the time of need, in those crucial times. So we appreciate everything that you're doing and look forward to more. So what's next for BRWA?
What's not next? That's the one I think about. You should hear all the ideas.
I can just hear you guys in the back like, okay, let's see what we can come up with that's innovative that nobody else has done before.
That's right.
What can we patent? That's something is coming up.
Yeah.
You definitely have a vision, and we look forward to more. We know that you will be making a difference every single day for our entire community, and we as the chamber appreciate the valuable service that you offer and continue to do every day. And very exciting to know that also you have a wonderful business plan and a business culture that is inspiring to anyone that would learn more about you. And are you hiring? I should say, we should put this out there. As we're talking about, your company, there could be people listening that are saying, oh my goodness, this is a culture that I can really get into and would love to work with you guys. Yeah. And are there certain positions available right now? And I know they can go to your website.
Absolutely. They can visit www.brwa.com for our update listing. We have listings in our maintenance department and our wastewater department currently, but certainly if you're looking for a family atmosphere, culture that provides innovation, creativity, and training, then I encourage you to come. Somebody asked me one time, said, Melissa, why do you do what you do? And to me, it's about the people. And, that's just something that I have seen in my time there, and I really, appreciate everybody. Each person holds a special role in that organization, and I see the commitment and work that's done in each of those. And to me, I'm a servant leader to my people there at BRWA, and I value them very strongly.
Well, and I know that they see that, they feel it, and it's emulated through you, but yet that transitions into them. And we thank you so much, Melissa and Megan, the Mimi team, the Vision team, and we'll look forward to more from you guys. We'll have you back and hopefully see you and have a training together.
Sure.
Great.
Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you so much, Lindy, for having us.
Have a great afternoon.